Hello, friends.
Welcome back to the channel. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, watch the video in its entirety. Let's get into it. In today's video, we're reacting to the largest icebreakers in the world.
Icebreakers are a special class of ships that are designed to break even the biggest ice.
I didn't even know such a thing existed.
They allow you to explore the most inhospitable regions of the world, the ice-covered waters of the Arctic. For a ship to be considered an icebreaker, it must have three features that most conventional ships lack: power, a reinforced hull, and a special shape for breaking the ice. This allows such vessels to move through pack ice.
Would y'all do this for a living if the opportunity presents itself? Because ain't no way I'll do this. Ain't no
Or
way.
frozen waterways. To effectively break the ice, such ships must be very powerful, relatively short, wide, and extremely heavy. They break the ice using momentum and force. A nuclear icebreaker is essentially a steamer. A nuclear reactor heats the water, which turns into steam and spins the turbines, which generates electricity, which goes to the electric motors and makes the three propellers turn. The need to build special ships to clear the way in the ice became apparent in the mid-18th century. The first icebreaker is considered to have been a paddle steamer, which cleared the ice in the harbor of Philadelphia. The icebreakers needed to be improved, so the wheels were replaced by propellers and turbines, and internal combustion engines were replaced by nuclear power units. And in this episode, you'll get to see the largest icebreakers in the world. Tamer. This icebreaker is 151.8 meters long, and its displacement is 20,000 tons. It's named after the icebreaking steamer, Tamer, which was built in 1909. The steamer became famous for its participation in the hydrographic expedition of 1910 to 1915. The new Tamer was built in the late 80s of the 20th century at the Finnish shipyard, Wärtsilä, by order of the USSR. But the nuclear reactor was installed later. The power plant develops 50,000 horsepower, which makes it possible to break through a 2-meter layer of ice. Thanks to the reduced draft, Tamer can work in the shallow estuaries of Siberian rivers and ensure navigation in this region. Another feature of this icebreaker is maintaining operational capability at -50 degrees Celsius. This ship can maintain a speed of 2 knots in 1.7 meter thick ice, and in open water, it can maintain a speed of up to 18.5 knots, or 30 kilometers per hour. Arctica. This nuclear icebreaker was laid down at the Baltic shipyard in November 2013, launched in June 2016, and commissioned in October 2020. In addition to Arctica, the series includes 4 more icebreakers: Cyber, Ural, Yucatia, Chukotka. The icebreakers of this project are intended for escorting ships in the Arctic, in the areas of the Yenisei and the Gulf of Ob, as well as for towing ships and other floating structures in ice and on clear water, and some other tasks. The length of the icebreaker is 173.3 meters.
Damn.
Its width is 34 meters, and its icebreaking capability is 2.8 meters. Vegach. This is a shallow drought nuclear-powered icebreaker of the Tamer project. The length of this icebreaker is 151.8 meters. A distinctive feature of this icebreaker project is the reduced draft, which makes it possible to service ships following the northern sea route, entering the mouths of the Siberian rivers. It's named after the hydrographic icebreaking vessel of the early 20th century, Vegach. The main engines of the icebreaker develop a capacity of 50,000 horsepower and allow the icebreaker to navigate through 1.77 meter thick ice at a speed of 2 knots. The icebreaker can operate at temperatures as low as -50 degrees Celsius. Yamal. Icebreaker Yamal has a total of 46 voyages to the North Pole. This vessel is capable of breaking a layer of ice of up to 2.9 meters at a speed of up to 2 knots. The length of the hull is 150 meters. Displacement is 23.4.
These machines are impressive, like the sheer size of these things, man. It's crazy. Like, who even thought in the beginning, like, yo, we need ships to break the ice? Can you imagine the trial and error, the amount of times, the failures, and man, salute to them people.
6 tons. The fuel supply ensures the autonomous operation of the icebreaker for 5 years, and the food supplies for the crew of 107 people are enough for 7.5 months. The power plant, with a total capacity of 75,000 horsepower, allows the ship to maintain a speed up to 21 knots in open water, with the possibility of moving backwards. Yamal carries one Mi-8 helicopter and several Zodiac boats for disembarkation. The icebreaker is equipped with the most modern navigation aids, fax, and internet access. 50 Let Pobedi. This is the newest of the 7 ships of the Arktika-class nuclear-powered icebreaker series. It was built at the Baltic and Admiralty shipyards in St. Petersburg. Construction of the ship started in October 1989 at the Baltic shipyard, but was halted in 1994 due to funding problems and resumed only in 2003. The construction of the icebreaker took almost 18 years, and by the end of 2007, it was finally ready for operation. This ship is a modernized version of the Arktika-class icebreaker. It has a double hull and a spoon-shaped bow. The shape of the vessel increases its icebreaker capabilities, and the hull is coated with polymer paint to reduce friction. Its total length is 160 meters. Its width is 30 meters. Its draft is 11 meters, and its depth is 17.2 meters, while its displacement is 25,840 tons. This vessel can break through ice up to 2.8 meters thick at a constant speed.
So far, that seems like the maximum of 2.8 meters of ice.
Cyber. The nuclear-powered icebreaker Cyber was laid down in 2015, launched in 2017, and commissioned in 2020. Cyber is the largest nuclear-powered icebreaker in its class, LK-60YA. The length of the vessel is 173.3 meters, while its displacement is 33,540 tons. The estimated thickness of the ice layer it can break is from 2.8 to 2.9 meters at a constant speed of about 2 knots. The special feature of the Cyber icebreaker is the so-called dual draft functionality.
That one can break the most so far, 2.8 to 2.9.
This would allow the vessel to break through thick ocean ice at deep draft, and to work in riverbeds at shallow draft, thereby replacing icebreakers of the Arktika and Tamer class. Sevmaput. It's a one-of-a-kind cargo icebreaker ship with a nuclear power plant, a record displacement of 61,880 tons, and a record length of 260 meters. The vessel was built at the Kerch shipyard and commissioned in 1988. The special feature of the Sevmaput icebreaker is that it can operate in warm waters, in contrast to the Arktika-class icebreakers. This cargo ship operated on the Vladivostok.
Well, that gives it more versatility if it can operate in both cold and warm waters.
And Odessa, Vietnam, and Vladivostok routes for the first few years. In 2015, the nuclear-powered cargo ship underwent an equipment upgrade, and it now operates on the Northern Sea route. The maximum power of the nuclear power plant is 39,436 horsepower. The cargo hold capacity is 1,336 standard 20-feet containers. Healy.
Whole operation.
It's the U.S. Coast Guard's largest vessel and the newest and most technologically advanced polar icebreaker in the U.S. It is designed to carry out a wide range of research activities, providing 1,300 square meters of scientific lab space, numerous electronic sensor systems, oceanographic winches, and accommodations for up to 50 scientists. Healy is designed to break 2 meters of ice continuously at 3 knots and can operate in temperatures as low as -50 degrees Celsius. The scientific community has made invaluable contributions to laboratory layout and scientific capabilities in design and construction of the ship. At a time when scientific interest in the Arctic Ocean basin is growing, Healy is significantly expanding the capabilities of the United States in the field of Arctic research. Polar Stern. Initially commissioned in 1982, the Polar Stern remains one of the most advanced and versatile research ships. In the period from 1999 to 2001, the ship was completely renovated and now has the latest equipment and technologies. This is why it usually works for an average of 317 days every year. The vessel has a double hull and is 118 meters long. It's designed to operate at temperatures as low as -50 degrees Celsius and is capable of breaking ice up to 1.5 meters thick at a speed of 5 knots. After sailing about 50,000 nautical miles a year, Polar Stern conducts scientific research and also replenishes research stations operated by the Alfred Wegener Institute.
It's crazy.
Friends, that's all for today. Like the video.
Hey, that's it. That's all she wrote for today. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Y'all like the video. And comment below. Let me know what y'all want me to react to next. That's it. Peace.